So I'm here basically to talk about bonobo culture and bonobo society and why it differs so much from ours and so much from chimpanzees. Chimpanzees are a male-dominated species and they're governed through sort of power and violence, and there's recorded rape, murder and the killing of competitors' offspring. So if you didn't know, bonobos are a matriarchal society and they are predominantly a very peaceful species that at any given moment can have sex with each other, and they use sex to regulate emotions. So if, for instance, there is some sort of conflict, instead of fighting, they resolve it through pleasure. So they will have sex with each other to resolve any sort of conflict. Also, they are very bisexual, so there'll be female on female sexuality, there'll be male on male. The males will tend to sword fight with their penises and rub them together, whereas females will rub clitoris on clitoris. And yeah, I mean, the females have got a sort of sisterhood that enables them to, when males get quite aggressive, it's known that the females will sort of gang up on the male and put him in check, because males grow up with their mother for a good 7 years, so they don't really interact too much and form allegiances with other males, and this is of benefit really, because you don't get this patriarchal overthrowing of the system and the way that bonobos are. Bonobos use sex to relieve conflict and regulate emotions, and if you've noticed that males, it's been recorded that males will stimulate their nipples and they will give themselves time to relax using touch. So it's a sort of de-stressing strategy that they use. So yeah, all in all, bonobos have really learned to understand that physical pleasure is the sort of gateway to peace and communication, and hierarchies develop this way as well. The females, when they get to 13 years old, they will find another tribe and they will meet with this sort of head female and be submissive and have sex with the head female and then be introduced to the group. So the females leave and the males stay. And the males are, the most dominant male will be the son of the most dominant female, but when she dies, he will then lose his rank completely, and then the female that is replacing the head female, her son will then be the highest ranking male. So it's really interesting how they've come to be in a just generating this structure. And it's believed that they've done this because they're separate from chimpanzees and gorillas. So in northern Congo, the chimpanzees and the gorillas will always be fighting for let us say turf and territory. So they've become really aggressive and big, and testosterone has obviously benefited this warfare between the two apes. Whereas bonobos, they live in the south of the Congo, and there's a river that divides the north and the south, and the bonobos have kind of been left, fortunately, to live in a much more peaceful environment where they don't have to compete for food, they don't have to compete for space. So they've managed to cultivate this really beautiful, peaceful, chilled out environment for themselves, where the males seem much happier. They don't have to compete, they don't have to fight each other, they've got sex on tap. You know, basically they're just sort of chilling out, scratching their balls and having sex all day, which, let's face it, sounds like a much more interesting proposition. So yeah, that's just the first install of why bonobo culture would benefit our species and how do we learn from it. So thank you very much. Bye.